You know, riding a Mustang is the simple part of it all. Getting your hands on them, well, that's the real challenge.
They say you don't tame a wild Mustang. You just stand still long enough for the storm to stop running. Quiet hands, slow steps, eyes that learn to listen before they look. You don't force him. You show up, day after day, same ritual. And when that Mustang finally lowers his head, you realize he wasn't a thing being tamed.
I remember vividly falling in love with the gym. And it wasn't just moving weight around and bench pressing and barbell squatting. It was the whole routine and ritual around the experience. I mean, I remember the day I was first introduced to pre-workout. Hitting the gym right now. It was like an hour since I ate. Well, I'm taking our new pre-workout Flight, the blue raspberry flavor. I took this like 10 minutes ago and it's hit me hard already. It changed my life. And after I started sipping on that pre-workout supplement, I'd go on YouTube and I'd watch bodybuilding, inspirational films. Jay Cutler, Ronnie Coleman, Phil Heath. And the focus that you experience, the energy, the tingles from the beta-alanine, you could feel your veins opening up and blood flowing, priming you to go into that workout. I fell in love with every part of that pre-workout routine, ritual experience. And from that moment on, I was absolutely hooked. Preparation is everything. Preparation is intentionality. And the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. The way you set up a workout sets the expectations of what that workout is going to deliver and create. Preparation is laying the foundation. And without a solid foundation, without a solid base, everything else becomes weaker. It crumbles. So I believe in the preparation because I know what happens to the execution. I know what that does to the results, the outcome. I was finishing up all like my volume work for back. I did pull-ups and I did dumbbell rows and iso rows. So last movement for biceps. You know, when I first got started, training was more simple.
Like anything in modern day America specifically, things are complicated. There are endless options.
People don't know what decision to make because there are so many decisions to make. The industry as a whole has overcomplicated training.
I don't think the supplement industry or choosing which modality to train by is buffered from that. I think there's endless options and you're bombarded with the pros and cons of every modality, and opinions are
endless. We have overcomplicated supplementation. We've overcomplicated nutrition. From all the noise that I've heard over the years, I've ignored a lot of it. And I've stuck to what I know works. It's eating good food. It's training really hard. It's doing what you love and creating routines and habits and experiences to facilitate all of that. I think we've overcomplicated it. And we have to get back to what works, simplicity, and just hard work.
Chaos does not erase calm. It creates the opportunity to seek it. It's only when you spend time around a horse that you realize their nature is simple. While we search for complicated answers to chaos, they find peace in consistency.
I think simple systems are easier to repeat. And I think that for everybody, I know that for myself. I think it's human nature.
You know, as life becomes more complicated and complex, it feels natural that we should make our routines more complicated and complex. And I almost believe the opposite, where as life becomes crazier, it's the simple routines that are sustainable.
We wanted to be as clear as possible with our customers, our supporters, our tribe. We all kept repeating the same thing in the lead up to this decision, which was to reduce decision-making fatigue.
We want strength training to feel good again. And that's why we've built the Strength Collection. 3 products to be used before and either during or after the workout. It amplifies the experience. It amplifies the results.
We recommend these as part of a system. We feel confident you will reap the maximum amount of benefits taking these together as a system.
We are a strength brand. We were built on strength. Without my first experience of pre-workout, I would have never started BPN. It represents everything that I was and loved in 2012.
So I took the pre-workout about 15 minutes ago. I'm headed to the gym right now.
A chest and tricep workout, and tomorrow calls for legs because right now I'm doing like a push-pull legs routine. My pre-workout meal was super simple. It was a cup and a half of egg whites, 1 bagel. So I mean, it digested really quick. I only ate about 25 minutes ago. I'm gonna do a scoop and a half of Flight. Why not? I don't have much left of this bottle.
The first product we ever launched was a pre-workout called Flight.
You can choose Flight. You can also go to my site and check out the products to decide which one you want based off the supplement facts. But I did make room for pre-workout, but I wanted to bring to your guys' attention, the new Flight formula is out.
Which we are now rebranding to Pre to fit into the Strength Collection. The company was built off of Flight, and over the years, that product has seen evolutions of formula and flavor and ingredients. But when I think about BPN, we're built off of energy. We're built off of pre-workout.
Pre should create readiness. Pre should create focus. It should feel controlled, not chaotic.
When you take Pre, within 20 to 30 minutes, you should be itching to get into the gym. It's a motivator, but it's also a performance amplifier. Building a brand is hard, and there's a lot of decisions to make the longer you're in business. When we launched Endo Pump, it performed very well. And then over the years, as the brand evolved and we started getting more into hybrid training and endurance training, marathons and triathlons, the brand we found ourselves with more of an endurance focus. And I made the decision to discontinue Endo Pump, even though it was a really great selling product for us and people loved it, so that we could focus on endurance training. I made the false assumption that having a pump-focused supplement, a bodybuilding-focused supplement, was a distraction from trying to be an expert and industry leader within endurance sports. And that was a bad decision.
In the conversations, and if someone was a fly on the wall, it made total sense at the time.
Endo Pump, as a product, was core to who we are. And what we found over the last couple of years is we can serve both a strength consumer and we can serve an endurance consumer at full capacity. You know, we heard the responses loud and clear. When we discontinued Endo Pump, people were mad, but it seemed like the right decision at the time. And in retrospect, it wasn't.
The way I think about Pump is it should get you closer to the closest thing that strength training has to flow state, where you are in the gym, you are feeling great. There is that validation from the muscle pump, which everybody loves, let's face it, that I'm on the right path, I'm on the right track. And again, there are the practical elements of nutrient and oxygen delivery to the working muscles. And there is plenty of science to back up, but I can't get over just talking about how fun pump is.
Recovery is equally as important as the training is. When you are training in the gym and you're moving weight around, you are creating micro tears in your muscle. And then when you're done training, your body attacks and repairs those micro tears. It rebuilds them. And that repair process is what facilitates size and muscle growth and strength adaptation, but that by no means happens in the same day that you train.
Essential amino acids are, as the name implies, essential because your body does not produce them. You need to get them through your diet. So, as part of the system that we are bringing awareness to, posts needed to be very targeted towards recovery and building new muscle tissue effectively.
I make sure I have time to train despite my busy schedule because I need to devote a part of my day to self-improvement in some capacity. If I don't set aside that time, whether it be even 20, 30 minutes some days, I'm gonna show up less throughout every task I have throughout my day, including family life, including work. I'm gonna be at like 70, 80% instead of 100. Training is my opportunity to set that time aside for myself to make sure I show up 100% the rest of the day. If you have a routine that is complex, who wants to repeat that, right? You need to create a simple routine. So if there's complexity anywhere, you need to reevaluate that and then find a way to simplify it because you don't want it to cause friction in your routine. One thing I really enjoy about the Strength Collection is the simplicity. Each product was put in mind of simplifying the steps in the progression of your workout. So pre getting you to the gym, pump helping push you through your workout, and then post helping with recovery. All those products were put in mind to blend well together as opposed to having to worry about separate products. Maybe this one doesn't complement the other as well. These were built as a system and it works.
Strength training will never die. I built my fitness, I built my strength in the gym. The goal was never to complicate training.
A Mustang becomes remarkable not when it loses its wildness, but when it learns to direct it. The goal was never to remove the spirit from the horse, but to teach the spirit where to go. What was once a wild animal is now a focused and dependable partner.